Alright, what's up everybody? This is Dark Knight 316, Robert Wheeler Gaming, and this is our new podcast called Tackles and Takedowns. And what is Tackles and Takedowns? Well, Tackles and Takedowns, let me tell you, is wrestling and football. So we'll go talk about wrestling, and we'll do picks on wrestling for pay-per-views and stuff like that. And then right now, since it's football season, we're gonna go do the picks of all the NFL teams and try to predict who's gonna win, and
we'll give our picks, and then also we'll give because I would like to see how it is at the end, but we'll give our MVP of who we think will win MVP for this year, and we'll have it documented because then after the season we'll see who wins. But my team, you could tell, Tennessee Titans,
New England Patriots,
my Malik Willis jersey. He's got the Patriots going, so we're going to get this started. We're going to make our picks, and we're going to see who's right. You want to start with picks or MVP first?
No, we'll do MVP last.
Okay, so
we'll do the picks. So, Thursday game
we have Cowboys-Eagles.
Yeah, so who are you picking?
I am choosing the Eagles.
Eagles, that's exactly who I picked as well. Now, not always we pick the same because,
And there's a Friday game, which is going to be awesome.
Sometimes, I go against the Tennessee Titans.
I wonder if this is going to be
the norm.
No, for the YouTube, because it says it's on YouTube. I wonder if it's going to be free or if it's going to be like YouTube Plus.
Yeah, I don't know. So the next game, the Chiefs versus the Chargers.
This one's going to be interesting because I think the Chargers are going to take a step back. I think the Chiefs are going to get a little bit better, so I'm going Chiefs.
Okay. I picked the Chiefs, too. And since this is going to be on YouTube, you know that they're going to do the intro with Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
You know it. I wonder if she's going to start singing that Sunday song.
Probably not.
Rain all day for the snow.
No, and good thing you stopped it, because that could have been copyrighted. All right. The first Sunday game, we got the Bucks versus the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you?
I got the Bucks.
You got the Bucks.
I got the Bucks.
I got the Bucks on there as well. The next game, the Bengals versus the Browns.
This is going to be an interesting one because I want to choose Joe Burrow's team, but I kind of feel like Browns are going to be underdog with Flacco starting.
It's starting for the Browns.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because a lot of people are picking the Bengals. So I'm going to pick the Bengals just because.
Because everybody else is picking it.
No, just because I think the Browns are going to have a rough start to the season. So I'm going to choose the Browns. Mm-hmm. Or sorry, the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I chose the Browns on this one. I think the Browns are going to beat them out.
Okay.
So next one we have is the Dolphins versus the Colts.
I am choosing the Dolphins in this one. I think Tua is gonna be healthy enough to be able to get a win, and the Colts, I don't trust Daniel Jones, so I don't know how it's gonna play out. And it's the first week of the season, so who knows how it's gonna turn out for anybody. But
yeah, no, that's why the first couple of weeks are the hardest to pick for the teams because you're trying to fill out the games and fill out the season. So These are the hardest picks, but they're also the most crucial because you got the 16 teams, you get eligible for 16 points, which then later on in the season, when it gets towards the end, when there's less teams playing, you don't get that many points. So this is the crucial weeks.
Yep.
So the next game is the Jaguars versus the Panthers.
I'm going with the Panthers.
What?
I think Bryce Young has a good game. I think the Jags with their new coach, they're still. Everybody thinks Travis Hunter's going to do well. I think he's going to have a slow start to the season, especially if they play him both on offense and defense like they're playing. I think he's going to have a slow start to the season, so I'm going Panthers.
It's never good to play somebody both offense and defense.
Well, he kind of did it like Deion Sanders did it for a little bit before Deion stuck with defense. But they say Travis Hunter's he's a dual guy. He can
Yeah,
play on
but
both.
but you're gonna wear out the dude.
Hey, he's
If you wear out the dude, then you're not gonna have him.
he's still
later
pretty
in the
young that he could.
Not if he gets super tired or whatever, gets hurt
He's
because
still
he's playing on both offense
pretty
and
young.
defense.
So, yeah.
Now the next one is my team, the Patriots versus the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
They play at home in New England.
Okay.
So.
I got New England.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick the Raiders.
I think
if you were going to pick the Raiders, we were going to end this stream right now.
I think Mike Vrabel, he's my favorite coach.
I think
he takes a win. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think he pulls out a win.
This is going to be the revival of the New England Patriots, in my opinion, and not just because I'm a Patriots fan, but like last season they were horrible. Mm-hmm. They were like playing like the old school Detroit Lions, and so now that we got Mike Vrabel, who was a Patriot, I think this is going to be the revival of the Patriots, and you're going to see them actually be. They're not going to be top tier yet because they're going to have to work on, but they're probably going to be a mid tier team now.
I think they pull out.
You're going to have to watch them now and
no,
be
I think they pull out 10 wins this season because I do believe. I think what's going to happen, this is going to be my prediction, Mike Vrabel starts the season like 1-4 and then pulls out 10 wins because that's how he did it with Tennessee like each year. They go 1-4 and then boom, come out and win. So I think it's going to be something similar, but I think Patriots have a good season this year. I think they take a wild card and they lose in like the wild card round because they got such a young quarterback, but they got a great coach.
But don't they have a good offensive coach though too?
They do, but I mean, it's still going to take some time. You think Drake May has to? He doesn't even have a year in the system. He has to go in that system, learn it, things like that. But he's got a great coach, and especially if they give Mike Vrabel time to build that team. Mm-hmm. You got to think when he took over the Tennessee team, when Tennessee got rid of, I want to say it was Mike Mularkey at the time.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
They went 9-7, but I mean,
that's still
they
good
consistent.
record.
Well, with Mike Mularkey, they went 9-7, mm-hmm. But I think Mike Munchak had it. I don't think he was 9-7, but it was like he went 9-7 and then took that team up to next tier. So I think it's gonna be something like that. He's gonna do. He's gonna take He's gonna take the team and improve. But
yeah,
we'll go to the next one.
Especially since he's his home team.
That's
but
who
do
he played
you
for.
think though that now that Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the Patriots, they're gonna have more Patriots versus Tennessee because that's his old team, like they do with the players?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think they will unless it's going to be a whole. Because however they do it to be able to go like 1-on-1.
Yeah, but they usually do the rival.
Yeah, but I think it also the rival team is based off of division where they place. So I think also, but I will give this prediction: Patriots have more wins than Bill Belichick's North Carolina. So
that's funny.
I think so.
All right,
we'll
so
pick the next one.
The next one is the Cardinals versus the Saints.
This one's going to be interesting because I think both teams are going to have struggle, but I'm going with the Aints.
You're going with the Aints? That's what I went with. Because Kyle Murray, I mean...
He hasn't been as good.
He's still good, but he's not as good as he was. I think you'd rather play Battlefield, Call of Duty, or Fortnite than to actually play
When he first came to the scene, like, he was good enough, but with injuries and then the team around him, it hasn't been as good, and I think he struggles.
I mean, do you think if he was to go to a different team, he would do good?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you think he's, like, set in Cardinals and if he goes someplace else, like, he would suck?
I think if he went to a different team, he'd be really... Especially a team with a good, like, quarterback coach, I think he would...
Like, if he went to the Colts or something?
Colts, I don't think so.
No.
Because I think the Colts...
What team do you think he'd fit in besides the Cardinals?
Well, if you gave him... okay, so I would think, like, let's say Rams. Rams he would be good on. I think, there's not a lot of, like, maybe the Jets. I don't know.
What about the Giants?
Giants already have their quarterback, but Brian Dable isn't really
but
like...
I'm saying, like, they could do he could do backup or whatever, like how Joe Flacco does.
No, he wouldn't want to be a backup. But
What about Texans?
I think Texans. No, they have Stroud, C.J. Stroud. But if you look at Lions, he would do a good fit if Jared Goff was like retired.
49ers.
49ers, he would be a good fit.
You think
in
he'd
as well.
be better for 49ers?
No, because Brock Purdy's there. But we gotta go next pick.
Yeah.
I got
next one
Pittsburgh.
is the Steelers versus the Jets.
I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think that's the team that's gonna make it to a Super Bowl.
I think that's going to be a sleeper team because people are going to sleep on Aaron Rodgers. He had a good team against which is interesting
because this is why they faced the Jets. That's
he
what I was
plays the
talking
Jets.
about. Like, are they going to do that with the coaches like they did with the players?
Yeah, but you got to think the season was already set before he even made it to the Steelers.
I don't think so. I think that
Jets,
they made this one after.
But I think it's sleeper because you got to think he played well on the Jets. What doesn't say he doesn't play well with the Steelers? I mean, he had what, like 4,000, almost 4,000 yards.
I think he's going to do good on the Steelers. I think this is the team that's going to make it to a Super Bowl.
Everybody says that this is the first season that Mike Tomlin doesn't have a winning record, but I think Mike Tomlin's such a great coach. I think he's.
No, I think this is going to be the second Brian Urlacher. What's his or not Urlacher? Who's the can't think of his name. The quarterback that used to be for the Steelers.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah, Roethlisberger. Yeah, sorry, all the Steelers fans out there. Yeah, Roethlisberger. This is like the second era of the Roethlisberger one.
But
as long as he stays healthy, though, because Aaron Rodgers is old.
Yeah, but
so he could be.
He messes his knee up. He's 2 years out from that. I think he's gonna be fine.
I think he'll be fine.
I like, especially too because they got Arthur Smith, who used to be the offensive coordinator of the Titans, and when Arthur Smith had it, he did such a great running game with Derrick Henry. So I mean, you got to think if they can run the ball like they did in Tennessee, he isn't got to worry about.
And then
too much.
Who's are the Steelers' wide receivers?
Well, they just got DK Metcalf, so he #1 guy there.
Yeah.
I mean, so this team's set. TJ Watt on the defense. I mean, that team's set. You just gotta get through the season.
That's why. So it might actually be another Super Bowl win for them.
I can see the Steelers because you guys figure Steelers they had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and they eked out a playoff win with guys who were just Russell Wilson past his prime, and Justin Fields hasn't really proved himself yet, even now that he starts for the Jets. But it's like you got those guys.
Yeah. So next one is the Giants versus the Commanders. When will the Commanders switch back to the Redskins?
You can't say that on our first episode, man. You can't say that.
This is actually episode 2, but
I got the Commanders.
Commanders. Go Washington.
Where was I for episode 1?
So the next one is the Broncos versus what does that one say? I can't read it.
Titans.
What team?
I got Tennessee.
Wait, what team did they face?
You know what representing Tennessee, right?
Tennessee versus the Broncos.
Even though we don't got Malik Willis on the team, I got Tennessee.
You sure you got Tennessee?
No, I got Tennessee.
You sure you don't want to switch it to something else?
Tennessee's gonna win the division this year. So
yeah.
Every year there's somebody who's gone from worst to first every season. And this
Except for Detroit Lions when they were back in the day.
That's going to be Tennessee, baby. Tennessee. You from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
I hope Tennessee does good because that team was like peak team when Steve McNair was on there. So they need to get that glory back again.
They got to get it back.
Because I mean, Steve McNair was a beast, man. Nothing could take him down. He was like Derrick Henry, where it was like
beat from head to toe. He'd be playing.
Take like 20 million people to just try to take him out.
That's my buddy. That's my buddy. Let's go.
Like, peak Titans need to come back.
Peak Titans are coming back. They're gonna win this division with Cam Ward. That defense is gonna be top notch with Jeffrey Simmons in there.
Let's hope so. Because
it's going to be good.
Peak Titans need to come back.
And it's going to be prime Titans, you know.
Prime Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I coined that, so nobody can go take it. NFL, you use prime time Tennessee, you owe me some money. Okay, so the next team is 49ers versus the Seahawks.
I got the Niners.
You get the Niners?
Mm-hmm.
You think Brock Purdy's going to do good? Niners. Okay. So next one is Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers.
This one's tough because Micah Parsons just got to the Packers. Lions lost both their coordinators. Both teams are going to be great this season.
You think so? Because
I think so.
Lions were doing good, and then
Lions were number one last. I'm going Detroit.
You're gonna go Lions?
Only reason why is because I don't know the health status of Micah Parsons because he is injured. So I don't know if he's going to start. And then plus two, I don't know how well Parsons is going to gel with the Packers defense since he just got traded. So I'm going the Lions.
All right.
Lions have a good team as well, so that's gonna be a fun. I want to watch that game. That's gonna be a fun game.
What's it on? Prime.
CBS.
Oh, CBS.
It's gonna be CBS on Sunday.
So next team is the Rams versus the Texans.
Ooh, and that's gonna be a good game too because both teams are good. I am going Rams simply because I don't know how well the Texans' offensive line is going to be. And C.J. Stroud got sacked like so many times, so I think it's gonna be rough. But I got the Rams.
All right. Next game, which would be the nighttime Sunday game, the Ravens versus the Bills.
Mm-hmm. I've got Baltimore.
Oh, you got the Ravens?
Got the Ravens in this one.
You don't think Allen is going to do it? Because that's always the team to beat.
No, it's going to be tough just because, both their teams are similar because they don't really got, number one guys. They got just a bunch of... Because you think, the Bills, they got Josh Allen, who is just going to be the playmaker for everybody. But they don't really got, a number one receiver, a number one running back. Whereas... Same kind of Lamar's a playmaker for everybody. They got Derrick Henry, but then that's pretty much it. They got a good defense. Bills got a good defense. So things like that. So I like Derrick Henry, so I'm going with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ravens. Ravens win this one.
I picked the Bills. I said Josh Allen was gonna go. I do it because if you remember, last season and stuff, the Bills were up there at the top. So.
They were, and I think the Bills will still be up there. Just they're gonna get, they got to get past these top teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
And technically it's a reset for the season, so you don't know really. They might not even be a top team, but they were considered top teams last season. So
that's the only thing that we have to go by for the first week is what they were.
How they played last season. So I'm going the Ravens on that one, and I think Ravens win.
All right. So the Monday game is the Vikings versus the Bears.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I really want to go for the Bears. But the way that I've heard the coach talk about in the preseason and the way that they've been playing in some of their games, I think the Bears are going to struggle a lot, especially the division they play in. So I got the Vikings. I think I still don't trust J.J. McCarthy as well because he is a second-year guy. He hasn't ran that offense as well in a while, but I think the Vikings have a good enough defense that they could carry J.J. McCarthy. So I got the Vikings.
Okay, so that's the picks that we have there because I picked the Vikings as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the picks that we have for this week on there. So any ones that you think about maybe changing or
no?
Are you confident with these?
I'm confident
with what you picking this
with
one?
who I got. I mean, there's a
over under. How many do you think that you're going to win?
Mm-hmm. I think 10 games at least.
You think at least 10?
You know what? Put in the comments. What do you think? Do I get higher or lower than 10? I think 10 games. I feel good about week 1. I think I could win. I could pull out 10 games.
I think I might get. I'm gonna go with 12.
You think 12?
I don't think because some of the ones I was kind of iffy on it because the hard part is they put a lot of good teams together to face each other.
It's week 1. They gotta do it.
Yeah, so that's what made it hard because I'm like, yeah, this team is pretty good, but also this team is Like, for example, like the Ravens and Bills.
Yep.
Like, yeah, Lamar Jackson is good, and he has Derrick Henry, and that's a good duo team.
That's going to be a good duo.
But then also Josh Allen is good. So it's like the team there, it was hard to decide. I only gave it to the Bills because they have home field advantage.
Yeah.
So usually home field advantage makes it easier for the team to get that momentum. Yeah, momentum up to.
You gotta think though.
Do
it's gonna be good like that. Josh Allen won the MVP last season, but you also gotta think like the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs are kind of similar in the way their team's built. Like they don't really have a number one guy. They kind of just spread the ball around and things like that. So you don't often see them having like a number one. Like the Ravens are usually number one in rushing because they got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. They're sharing the load. They're running it. They're doing a lot of running, things like that. So you don't necessarily see them doing a lot of oh, he's going to throw it, and this one receiver's got like 1,500 yards, like things like that. He'll spread the ball around. Maybe a receiver ekes out maybe 1,200 yards in the season. But it's not like you're going to have a guy. It's not going to be like where you think of Tom Brady and he's like Randy Moss here, Julian Edelman there, and we'll run a little bit. No, it's a completely different team. That's why you also see with like the Bills, they don't have a number one guy anymore. They kind of spread the ball around. They play defense.
Yeah,
things
well,
like that.
that's because that's why football is different now than when Brady and what's his face Manning and all those were. They're back in the day when they're all pocket quarterbacks. There's no pocket quarterbacks really. That's why with the Sanders, I think like the problem with him is because he's a pocket quarterback. He's like Brady and all them. That the NFL is not built now towards pocket quarterback. They're built towards scrambling quarterback. He's smart for being a pocket quarterback because the longevity of him is going to be better than being a scrambling
as long as they can protect. And that's what I was going to say. Over under Brown start Sanders this season. Over under how many games?
I think that they'll probably start him. I'd say more than half.
So you think about 8 games it's going to take before Sanders starts.
Oh, before he starts?
So
that's what you're doing?
Flacco's is starting this game day one. Yeah. How long do you think it's going to take? How many games do you think it's going to take before Sanders becomes starting quarterback?
I'd say probably.
You think it's this season, next season? Or
no, it'll be this season. But I think doing that, I'd say probably. I'd give it about 5 games.
Ooh, over under 5. Okay, I'm gonna take the over simply because I was thinking 5 games it would take. I think what's gonna happen is Joe Flacco is. Of course, either he's going to get injured or he's going to not play well. I think he'll play fine. I think because of his age, he's going to
mess up.
He's going to.
Yeah.
I just think for his age, it's going to take him. He's going to get banged up too much, and I think that's where Sanders comes in, and saves the day and becomes a starting quarterback for the Browns of the future. I like Sanders. I think Sanders is going to be your next I think he long term, if the Browns do him right, I think he's going to take it because the way that I think the downfall Sanders has is he has good footwork. I think he has the problem holding the ball too low. You can work on that, but overall, I think him standing in the pocket, you got to just kind of change the game of being short passes, medium stuff, run game, things like that. And I think he's going to be one of the great quarterbacks if you use him correctly. Yeah. You keep him on the Browns, especially if you want him to learn from Joe Flacco. I think it's a perfect opportunity because they know Joe Flacco isn't going to be there long term because he is older. But I think he can learn, and I think that's what's going to take him. I think that's going to take him to the top. I'm glad to see that they traded Kenny Pickett and kept Sanders, and they kept 2 rookies. But I don't think I think Sanders is going to be. I think he's going to be the talk of the whole season, and they're going to want to start him, and I think he's going to take off.
I think if they do it right, because it's how, I was saying previously, that the NFL is more towards scrambling quarterbacks, and he's a pocket quarterback.
He's a pocket guy.
If they build the team around the pocket quarterback, he's going to excel. They'll probably be a team that makes it to a Super Bowl. But
they could
if they make him have to do the scrambling and stuff, he's not going to do good because he's not built that way.
Mm-hmm.
He's built as the old era, kind of like his dad was in the old era of football. And so pocket quarterbacks are hard to find now because you see every quarterback is like running off to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw what happened with Tom Brady when he tried to go do it. He messes up a lot. And so you can work with him with Sanders to go and stay in the pocket.
Have his release much quicker.
He holds the ball way
holds
too
the ball
long
too
because
long.
he's scanning the thing. He's doing what a pocket quarterback should do, but he needs to know how to go trust his receivers and say, okay, I'm throwing.
But
it
you
to
know,
him,
you know how
throwing
you
it to
fix
him.
that though in two things. One, the Browns would have to fix their offensive line.
Yeah.
Have a really strong offensive
You have
line.
to have a good offensive line.
Two, a run game. If they can get a good run game to take the pressure off of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it's going to be Sanders reading defenses because at the line, I think one of the typical things you're going to see him do is like he's going to hold the ball too long because he's like, okay, this guy's running this route, this guy's running this route, rather than being, hey, they're running a cover 4. I already know where I'm going to place the ball because you're running a cover 4. So I think something like that, him reading defenses, having a strong offensive line, and a run game, I think Sanders is going to be top notch.
And if he doesn't have a strong offensive line, what he needs to do is
Quick release.
take the receiver guys in practice and start building superstars, so that because like if you look at when Brady was playing, some of the receivers that he'd go to like Edelman or Gronk, the defense would be like, okay, well I'm going to block Edelman, I'm going to block Gronk because I know he's going to pass him. And then what did Brady do? Throw it to some other guy that nobody knew about. And that guy was able to catch and go
but
right
think about this,
and made
though.
new superstars.
The Browns right now, like you don't know their identity on defense. They got that defensive tackle guy. I think his name's Mason Brown. They got Myles Garrett still. So it's like their defense could pick up to where their defense becomes really good this season, and then you ain't got to worry about the offensive too much because it's like the defense manages your games and wins games for you, whereas you just have to manage the football. But I think Sanders comes in there. I'm going to take the over. I think he comes in there and wins.
Well, how many games you said?
Well, you said 5, so I'm going to go over 5.
You're gonna go over 5.
I think towards the end of the season,
They're gonna put him in when Joe Flacco like hurts his knee or whatever.
not even that. I think it's just when it's like throwaway games. They're pretty much out of like the playoff race. I think they come in there and they give him some experience, and he goes into next year because I think Joe Flacco ends up retire. Sanders takes the team next year, and
You don't think the other rookie will
no,
take over?
honestly, I think the other rookie is a little bit too old. I think they haven't had proven rookie quarterbacks when you're like 24, 25 as a rookie, and you've actually like why were you in college for 7 years for whatever reason, and then you come into the NFL and then you can't adapt even though you're technically older. I think that's what's going to happen with this guy. I believe he is a little bit older. I think he's like 24 or something like that. So I don't think you haven't really seen these guys with success who have come out of college a little bit older be able to adapt to the NFL quicker.
So are you saying that Sanders is going to be your MVP?
No, I don't think he's going to be
Week
MVP this season. My MVP, I'm choosing between Purdy or Love. I think this season, I'm not going with the people who say are the favorites. I can see both those guys, but I'm going with Purdy. I think they win the division. Purdy has like 4,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns, less than like 5 interceptions, and I think he wins the MVP this season.
You think it's going to be him?
I got Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I'm going back with Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen will probably be MVP again.
You think he repeats?
I think he repeats on there, especially if they can actually do good again and bring it back to season, because Josh Allen is also one of those quarterbacks that's kind of like iffy, where it's like he'll have his good games, he'll have his bad games, it just depends on him. And that's why like I still bring it back to it's the problem is with the quarterbacks though. Scrambling quarterbacks is it's the wave of the future, but that's not like you're only going to get them for so long because they're going to get hurt. And that's why you see a lot of the quarterbacks get injured way more because they're running. If you give it to your running back, let your running back do the job so that then you can, have your body rest and stuff like that. Let them take the hits and stuff like that, because if you're running out of the pocket and and running around there, then that's another element that you're gonna have to think of. Where is if you're just mostly focusing on, okay, I gotta pass it, or hand off the ball, you're not have to worry about like, oh crap, they're coming after me now, I gotta go and run.
Yep.
Like that's too much pressure for the quarterback to go and do it, and like when they were trying to pressure him, towards the end of the New England Patriots and part of the Bucs, where they're like, oh, run, and then you try to do the little pass play and stuff like that, and messing it all up and stuff like that. It's because Brady's not a running quarterback. He's not a scrambling quarterback at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pocket precision, just like with Manning. It's like their pocket one. They know how to scan it. They know how to pass it. They know where to go to it.
Yeah.
And that's what, in my opinion, makes for the best quarterbacks. You get the scrambling ones, like, yeah, you probably can last like maybe a couple seasons, like 5 seasons or whatever. Then you're gonna get a bad knee injury. Now that's gonna take you out.
Mm-hmm.
Now somebody else is gonna take your job.
Somebody to take your job. So, all right. Well, that's our picks for the season. Season 1. The picks are in the books. Our MVP this season. We're gonna recap the games on the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Give our highlights, and we'll give our picks again. We'll talk about what we liked the most, what we didn't like the most.
Yeah, which game stood out to us.
Which game stood out? How, of course it's going to be Tennessee, but how long, how great Tennessee's going to be, and you know what?
Over under on how many wins this season
Tennessee's
going to get.
I'm going to say. I say Tennessee takes 10 wins.
You think that? I think that it's going to be under.
I think
that they're going to get 9.
I think Tennessee goes from worst to first, kind of like
Jaden they're going to start
Jaden
like
Daniels
1-12.
No, I don't think so. The way that Jaden Daniels did with the Commanders, I think Cam Ward does with. The Titans, and plus you got to think that division isn't strong. Division's a winnable division,
mm-hmm.
so any team can win it. I think Tennessee takes it. So,
right. Well, there's all of our picks. Put your predictions and your picks down below in the comments, and we'll respond to it each week.
Put your team in there, your favorite team.
Your favorite team, so that we can kind of root for it or go
and
against it.
If you're a Cowboys fan, we're deleting your no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, put your favorite team in the comments. Let us know your MVP, guys, and let's connect. And hey, let's get this going, guys.
This is football
season.
Back.
Football's back.
Yep.
Want to take a look?
Yep. All right, we'll see you in the next episode, guys.
Next one, guys. God bless you guys. Take it easy.
Football.